Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Lauren, and I'm one of the presidents for Global Brigades this year, specifically working for the Honduras chapter myself. If you're here, that means you're interested in learning more about our organization, how we're involved on and off campus, and what you can do to join. So, Global Brigades, our OU chapter, we actually chapter out of a larger nonprofit international organization called Global Brigades. So, the international organization itself has staff mostly across Central America, but also in Greece and Ghana. All those countries are listed in that first bullet point. And kind of their goal is to uplift communities and in what they call a holistic way in underserved parts of their respective countries. So they use this holistic model that's shown on the right-hand side of the screen to empower communities in a way that's going to be life-changing for generations to come. So rather than just coming and doing something for a week and then it kind of fades away, it's actually something that can sustain itself over and over again. They do this through sustainable health systems, economic development, and then water and sanitation infrastructure. To be specific, they they send out brigades involved with medical, dental, public health, engineering, water, business, legal, and finance, which I know is quite a bit. So at the OU chapter, you might be aware that we have only really been involved with the medical, dental, and public health brigades. We have had some people try to start engineering and water brigades, as far as I'm aware, and then we haven't been unfortunately able to get enough people to go on those, but we do hope to expand to those in the future. Yeah, the OU chapter specifically has been ongoing since about 2011, give or take. And we've focused, as I said, primarily on brigades like medical, dental, and public health. We've also focused on primarily four countries, being Honduras, Belize, Greece, and Ghana. This year specifically, we'll be going to Honduras, Belize, and Greece and be doing medical and dental brigades in each of those, the medical and dental being combined brigades. To be involved with GB, throughout the year, we will have events such as monthly meetings and social events, which are not required but are really strongly suggested because that's where you'll be getting all of your information for the trip and be meeting the people that you'll be traveling with. And then our fundraising events, which are not required at all, except that you will not obviously get the fundraising money from that unless you participate in the event. To go on the trip, the dates listed here are the dates that we have for this next summer. You will have to pay your full amount, which we have more information on that on the next page, and you'll have to sign up to go. That's all that takes. Yes, you can be a part of GB without going on the trip. So we need people back home helping us host fundraising events, social events, meetings, even things like that, that can be involved in GB throughout their time. We understand that it's not a super normal thing to expect for a person to be able to go on a brigade every year of college. It can be expensive and it can be time consuming, but we still want you to be able to be a part of Global Brigades throughout your time at college, whether you're able to go on the trips or not. So you are able to be a part of GB regardless. The financial commitments specifically. So it kind of varies based on flight information and where we're going a little bit and year to year. But generally, it's about $2,200 to $2,400 per brigade. We'll have the exact costs of those laid out in the pamphlets we hand you before you right after you apply, before you make any payments. But we understand that these costs can be pretty high. So we do host fundraisers, as I mentioned before, to try to get these costs down. If you have concerns about these costs, we don't want this to be the thing holding you back. So please reach out to me, one of the other presidents, and we can talk to you a little bit more about it. What does the trip look like specifically? So on Sunday, we'll fly in, settle in, and we'll meet the staff. They'll usually introduce us to what we're going to do for the week, specifically what it's gonna look like. Monday through Wednesday are our primary work days. So we'll work about a 9 to 5. Generally, it kind of changes per brigade, in which we'll go out to the community. Sometimes it's a 30-minute drive, hour and a half drive. It depends from where we're stayed and where the community is located. We'll go out to the community and work in stations. So the stations will be more or less triage, consult, optometry, dentistry, OBGYN, charla, which is public health speaking, and pharmacy, if I'm correct. So we'll kind of rotate around these stations each day so that you get a glimpse of each station that you're interested in being in, and you'll get to work alongside the doctors, pharmacists, dentists, optometrists, whatever it may be. Those are all local providers, and get to learn more about what healthcare means in that specific country, but also get to provide that medical care for the people within that community. Hands-on wise, we're able to do quite a few things because of the abroad rules. There's a little less stipulation for students to do things in most of these countries. So we're able to do all triage things like taking blood pressure, taking blood sugar, weight, height, all those kinds of things. The doctors let us get in on examination sometimes. So if they're examining ears, nose, throat, those sorts of things, we're able to watch pap smears, prostate exams, things like that if they're present. And in dentistry, we're able to do fluoride treatments, teeth brushing, things like that as well. Obviously, this is going to vary depending on brigade and what the community itself needs. So then after about 5 p.m., whenever the clinic dies down, we'll return to the hotel, and then some nights we'll have a presentation. Usually these presentations will be on the medical system in that respective country, the usual like life expectancy, diets in these countries, etc. Yeah, and also I forgot to mention the clinics that we're working in usually are kind of pop-up clinics. It also depends based on the brigade. But for example, we'll set up shop in like schools or in churches or in restaurants, things like that, local community centers. So on Thursday, we actually get to get a taste of another type of brigade. In the past, I personally have done things like an engineering brigade in which we got to build eco stoves for people in their homes. Last year, we got to do a public health brigade style day in which we went around the community and surveyed everybody on various things such as what they eat, what they make, what they do for trash, what they do for sanitation, all these kinds of things. It's a really great day to get to know more about the community, I think. And then Friday is our tourist day. So obviously this will vary depending on which brigade you go on. For Greece, in the past, they've been to the Acropolis, they've been shopping. Belize in the past, we've been ziplining and water rafting, things like that. Honduras in the past, we go shopping, we can go to like coffee plantations, things around the town, things like that. It all depends on what's available to us. And then Saturday, we fly home. One thing I do want to note is that there is a strict no alcohol, no drugs policy on our trips, and that also goes for our monthly events and social events as well. So ways to get involved. You can fill out the form here on the left if you have any questions for us before you want to apply. And we can specifically answer questions such as full financial commitments, full flight details, things like that. And if you're ready to apply, you can do that on the right-hand side with that QR code. Our application is a rolling admission style, so you can apply starting now anywhere till November 1st of 2024. But the earlier you apply, the better because you're able to get in, start doing your fundraising, start attending social events, and also you'll be able to make sure that you get your first choice brigade. If you have any more questions, please reach out to me. Thank you.